Hey there, Fai Cheng here with a quick illustration of our marketing model where you basically remove the marketing and start serving straight away, where you start moving your value into your marketing. So what we're seeing here on the screen on the left-hand side is the traditional marketing funnel. So you have a funnel, you filter and pre-qualify in the sense of you attract those who are a good fit, you reject those who are not a good fit, and then you do some pre-selling. And out comes at the very bottom. Let's do some red arrows. We can always have some red arrows here. Out at the bottom come, of course, your pre-qualified prospects, and then, because you've now done your step one, you do step two and you serve them, and everybody is happy. Well, I'm not happy with this, and I don't think you should be happy with this either, because there is one big oversight in all of this, and of course this is fairly unique to what it is we are doing. We are serving high-value clients who typically make a considered decision. And the one problem I have with all of this is that it's too much of a take it or leave it. And the reason that is so important is that with this approach, you're saying, well, this is what I've got, and if you like it, you can become my client and I will serve you. Well, the reality is that only a very, very small percentage of the population is ready right now to take action. That they are in the place in their lives where they can go out, right, I've got the bandwidth, I've got the focus, this is my number one top priority, it's at the top of my to-do list, I want to go and take action. Another group might really want this, but they are not, for example, when it comes to business coaching, in the financial space where they can do this, or they don't have the staff to do it, they still need to develop a product, all these kind of things. So ultimately, they could be fantastic clients and you could really, really help them, but they're not in the right place at this time. And this is what I mean by it's too much of a take it or leave it proposition, where you say, well, either you're ready or you're not. And if you're not, goodbye. And then we conclude step one, and now they're gone. And that is the reason why we have this model where we kind of turn this whole thing upside down and we say, well, we serve all along. We ignore this whole pre-marketing thing where we pre-qualify and pre-filter and pre-sell and all these things. And then if they're not a good fit, we throw them away. No, instead, we serve, and we serve all the way by initially starting with the base level, which is community. And there's an underlying fundamental principle behind this, and I'll share that with you later. It's based on what Chet Holmes popularized in his The Ultimate Selling Machine. Fantastic book. I'll link it somewhere down below. And the core concept really is that it's very similar to what I've just told you, that a lot of people are just not ready right now, but with the right kind of information, with the right kind of help, they may well be ready. And that is really the focus of community. So we build a community of people who can benefit from our product or service. And then if they are a good fit, we move them to the next level. Now, what you're noticing here in this pyramid, there are 3 levels. And what I've got at the very, very top here is the 80-20. And it's of course not, what is this? It's the 80-20 principle in action. And the idea behind this whole thing is that we move people up, or it's again not in the exploitative pushing way, but in an educational way. And again, it's not educational marketing how it's being taught, which is, look, what you didn't consider is this, and you're being stupid by not considering. No, forget about all of that nonsense. And I've done enough sales to really have had enough of sales and objection handling. Educational marketing done properly is truly meant to be helpful and serving people. So anyway, you move people up, and again, in a helpful way. And what's happening is the reality in the world is the 80-20 principle is absolutely everywhere. And with the old model, if you're now saying, I'm doing a webinar model where I want to attract high-end clients and they'll pay me whatever, $5,000, $15,000, $25,000 for my coaching or my consulting package, whatever it is you've got, well, all your focus is on getting those kinds of clients. The reality is they are already out there, and they are mixed in with a huge population you could serve in a different way. Now, if we step back and accept that we as human beings have a limited bandwidth, there's only so much time and so much focus we have. So the reality is you can only serve so many people individually. Now, if we look at the old model, and my complaint about it is, well, there are a ton of clients who are not ready for one-on-one coaching or consulting yet. However, they would really, really, really like to get some help from you in a capacity where you're not doing, the one-on-one. Maybe it is group coaching. Maybe it's an electronic course. Maybe, there are tons of different ways of doing this. And that's why we've got this middle layer here, the serve. I mean, the entire pyramid is about serving. But in that middle level, you now get the word out in the form of a product, a service that serves larger populations. And within those larger populations, you will automatically have, thanks to the 80-20 principle, those who are in a place at a time where they are ready to take action and really come to you and say, I want one-on-one coaching. You need to experience this, but the moment you see it and you go, man, this 80-20 principle actually works in practice, you'll never go back to filtering and pre-qualifying and rejecting everyone you think is not a great fit for your one-on-one consulting or coaching or whatever it is you're doing. There are further implications for throwing out the old way of doing it, and one of them has to do with the fact that most of us are not naturally born marketers. We're very good at doing the thing we're doing, at serving a certain population, but we're not born to be marketers. Most of us have an aversion to selling, and I've done insurance sales. Well, supposedly financial advisor. It was insurance sales, and I learned a lot in that field. It was not pretty. We are not naturally born to do this, and as a result, there are real-world implications in how you take action, how you move forward, how you implement, how you set goals and make decisions. So read down below. I'll go into more detail down below how to do that. But the big picture is, this is the big message. That's why we do this Know Your Marketing. And further down on this page and the rest of the site, I'll give you specific advice on how to do this. Alrighty? If you have any questions, there are different ways of contacting me. There's probably somewhere a link down up below or on the site or somewhere around there. So leave a comment, reach out to me. I am a real person, as you can see, and I will get back to you. Alrighty, cheers, bye.